Hey everyone, Waddler-D. We're back for more ActRaiser 2 for the SNES. And I forgot to show you about this guy. This is our recorder. He has blue hair and basically a big-ass book that tells you a password if you talk to him. That is if you talk to him. Basically, you could possibly play through this game and not know he exists because you have to press A anywhere on the map that isn't a location, and then he'll tell you this. Kind of a silly concept, but I mean, especially, did the first game have a save? Yeah, it did. It had a save system. Why does the second game lack that? Confusing. Did they just didn't want to put a save battery in this, I guess. I don't know. But we are going into the water locations of this game, and you want to know how much water matters? It doesn't. It literally is just a filter over the entire stage. The most effective water we've seen so far is basically in that damn river. Here we literally are moving the exact same way as we normally would, which is kind of bad because, well, I'm also shutting up so I can let you guys hear the best theme in the game, or at least one of them. Not this. I'm talking about what we heard before we got here. This is actually a pretty depressing looking scene. This level is heavy in terms of aesthetics. There's one thing that this game does right: atmosphere. It is very forceful in what it portrays, and this is kind of, apocalyptic. These enemies here, these little stupid mermen, they like to play this game called I'm a boo and I'm gonna charge towards you if you're not looking towards me. But they'll slowly come towards you, and then if you try to hit them, they'll just retreat. And we got some meat shield enemies, as you expect. But what I usually do for these guys is basically bait them into running into my sword or diving into them. These sharks suck. I hate these sharks. They come out. They don't attack all the time, but when they do, it's almost immediate. You have these nice little shells that you just need to trigger once and then give them some space as they explode. Sometimes you don't even have to hit them, but sometimes they are just in your way and you can't do anything except break them. But this is pretty much most of this level right here. This is what I don't particularly like of this game, is when it just starts throwing a ton of enemies your way. Oh, now we got the meat shield enemy that shoots fireballs now. I'm gonna scare the hell out of that fish, or that merman, so much that he went off screen. Good job. Way to kill yourself there. Jeez. And then we start getting a bit of a story. This game does a fantastic job telling stories, at least. Like, the first game, you kind of had an understanding because the game would tell you. But here, you're getting the story told by location, which is, I would say, one of the best parts about ActRaiser 2. It seems that we're kind of climbing this monstrous beast, and of course this beast has some defense mechanisms. Oh my goodness, freaking seahorses shooting crap at me. The way to deal with this thing is to break it just when this little spike is in the ground, because if you happen to break it when it's protruding upward, well, you're gonna start seeing a problem here. Let me just show you. Oh, wow. Way to make me look stupid. I swear to God, there was like one time I killed the enemy and it basically stayed up, and I'm like, really? So I'm just kill the damn thing. Your range is better than this, master. Come on. These guys are smart. They're annoying, too. Just the fact that you have to basically make sure they go right into your sword. Oh, got more of this. Let's see if we can break this in an odd way. See? Now it's broken, and you have to jump over that spike. And things. Yeah, this is the boss. This boss is kind of interesting, because it, again, tells a story. You want to kill this thing, do not jump on the spiky back. It actually hurts tremendously, aka killing you. So this thing has a few attacks you need to be mindful of. That's how you dodge one. You saw it, you may have heard it, but this guy can turn you into stone. And the way it does that, it shoots out this homing orb. And the only way you can kind of put up with it is either get hit by it in such a way where you can't get blasted by this little tentacly arm, or just go off screen, which is kind of harder than it looks, especially when you have this slow lumbering fool of a character. But if you just get on that eye and just down plant on it over and over and over again, or preferably after doing a dive into it beforehand, you could kill that eye before it even does anything and end this boss's reign pretty quickly. But I just made sure that you guys knew exactly what I was going to do if you were to happen to do this yourself. I don't know why you would play this game unless you want a really big challenge for yourself, because this is probably one of the hardest Super NES games, period. It's kind of nice to see that these people are not turned into stone and submerged underwater, because that was actually like a scene where I'm like, oh god, okay. That's really... Ooh. So we cleared our problems here, but apparently they mentioned of a queen that seems to be mad jealous of the master. I could possibly understand why, but at the same time, why would you be? I mean, the master is a slow, lumbering fool of an angel. And it just feels weird how he traded in his freaking mad athletic skills for, I need to be freaking Hulk Hogan or Arnold Schwarzenegger. Man. I just don't get it. But we're gonna go to this castle and start liberating it from its vices and sins. It's kind of interesting, though. This level is certainly another storyteller, but it also is where we're going to get a bit of horror. Just keep a lookout in the background, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay. That's not pleasant. So this is going to be our next problem. I like how the game introduces some things to you and instills that fear into you later on. Because if that thing wasn't there, I mean, you wouldn't be fearful of it. You'd be like, okay, whatever. So this level's more of the same. Basically, we just have platforming attached to it now, and yes, there is some pretty dangerous platforming here, because you have instant death spikes. And there are some blind jumps to go with those instant death spikes. So you better start pressing that jump button 3 times to make these jumps nice and smooth, because as soon as you start gliding, you could end up right in a pit, and that could be catastrophic to your health, because you're dead instantly. There's no, oh, you took half your health and damage. No, you instantly die to these spikes, so be very mindful where you're landing. Definitely kind of consider doing this, holding up while you're gliding down, because it does allow you to see what's coming ahead. Definitely much better than, say, trying to land out of a slide. Yep, here's a set of spikes that you probably would have plummeted yourself right into. I guess we could explore just a little bit, since there is something to do here. Ow, thank you. Yeah, some things are just best left untouched, is what I have to say. God, this sharp pisses me off. Just how it just acts like it's not going to do anything, and it just careens right into you. Wow, all that for 1 MP. That's not worth it. Did I, like, glide attack, and then that stopped me from sliding? Huh, that's one thing I should consider next time. If you want to stop dead while gliding, attack. Makes a whole lot of sense. Yep, tricked you this time. This is the toughest jump right here. You want to have yourself do a Mega Man kind of toe jump, and then you want to hit your head on that ceiling, and then glide. Because if you jump before the ceiling, you're going to die. If you are too late, you're going to die. That jump sucks. But it's not impossible, as you can see. And then you want to hold the wall. Well, there goes my extra life. Thanks a lot, dickhead. Ugh. Okay. Oh, nice. That is actually something I rarely see in this game. The game just giving you 10 HP, which is Quite a blessing. Game. I guess that's the best way to deal with that thing. This is probably the toughest part right here in terms of platforming, where you have to deal with this thing shooting you, that freaking shark hovering above that platform. Oh no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Good. I'm not wanting that. We're almost done with this level, thank goodness. One reason why I recommend you kind of learn the combo action, where you basically do this, or if you want to be crazy, you could do this, because combos in this game make the enemy kind of give themselves frames where they cannot hurt you. Oh crap, here you come. All you just need to do is hit her. You can possibly jump over her, but then she just respawns in front of you. It does save a little bit more time, because doing this over and over again kind of takes it out of the master, just doing this over and over again. But then once you hit her in this room, you can just chill out and prepare yourself for the next boss fight. Oh, and there's a spike thing behind me. I did not know about that part. Alright, so let's hit this boss hard. Magic is definitely a good way to start with this fight. Holy crap, we might just end this. So the way this boss works is that she summons this shield of, I guess, floating heads, and then slowly stalks you around the battlefield. But thankfully, it's not that bad. Of course, when she corners you, then it becomes terrible. Oh, do not do that. We're just going to end this fight like this. See you later. Not a very difficult fight, but if you are unlucky and get yourself put in a very dire situation, you're kind of stuck and screwed at that point. And do not hit the flame in the center with something other than attack. If you jump into that, that is the most damaging thing in the game. Like, it does a lot of damage. I think at least a good half of your health. So hit it, dive into it with the sword sticking straight down, and you'll be fine. But just do not jump in it. But we are done with Altheria, and thank goodness, it now has turned into the lovely town of Devote. It's kind of crazy how a city can just appear out of the water like that, so this could be kind of a reference to the city of Atlantis, maybe? So let's see what Devote's all about. Yeah, she became incredibly jealous. Oh, it wasn't because of the master, it was because of somebody she loved. Interesting. Oh, maybe she did become jealous of the master. Yeah, I can agree to that. Jealousy is never a good thing for anyone. Like, it makes people make terrible, awful decisions. But we saved this Bland's problems. Now we're going to go to Temponia. And this is where I would also kind of recommend you start your adventure. So let's at least get an understanding what's going on here. So these people are just with tons of food and everything, but there's a demon that would be the opposite of temperance, of course. So as a result, it has caused a lot of starvation and a lot of death. So we're going to be visiting the desert in the next video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this showcase of ActRaiser 2. If you have any comments, please sure to share them, because this game is one that doesn't get a lot of praise, but it does have a lot of word around it for those that have touched it. So thanks for watching, have a great day, and adios.